Welcome, yogis. Namaste. So have what you need, your blocks, your low footstool, your folded blanket, cushion, your block to sit on, anything that helps you access your practice. Have those things available. Grounding down through your sit bones. Perhaps you wriggle a little bit here to really feel that connection between you, your root, and the earth. Lengthen through your spine. Let's roll your shoulders up towards your ears. Hug them up, hug them up, hug them up. And then slide them down and away, drawing your shoulder blades together at the back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, bring your shoulders right up towards your ears, hugging them up, and then roll them down and away. And 1 more time, for the 3rd time, hugging them up, and then roll them down and away. Let's go in the reverse direction, so hug them up and then roll them forward, creating as much space as you can between your shoulder blades. There you go. Now let's bring our hands into our mudra. So Pan mudra, we're working with Sharad season, or autumn or fall. And this is a season of releasing. So when things come to fruition, manifest, we harvest what we need, what nourishes us, and then release what is superfluous or surplus to our needs, which doesn't meet our needs. So there's a drawing in of nourishment and a release of that which we do not need or does not serve us. So we're going to connect with Apan Mudra, bringing your mid and ring finger to your thumb and extending your index and little fingers are coming into so this mudra here, Apan Mudra. Does that bunny ears? And then let's bring the hands to your knees, palms face down or face up, whatever feels comfortable for you. This is your seal for today. Cleansing energy, a downward, outward, eliminating energy. So with the in-breath, drawing in nourishment, with the out-breath, releasing the waste, the toxicity, the surplus, the negative, the unwanted, the undesirable, all that you do not need or want in your life. Connect with your breath. Let's begin by visualizing the movement of our breath. So as you draw in the breath, imagine that the mist in the air around you is full of nourishment, of richness, of all that you need. So draw that in. The earth is releasing its goodness, rising up to enter you through your nose, down into your lungs. Visualizing this breath either as a mist or some other image of nature that resonates with you. A sense of drawing in nourishment, enrichment. As you breathe out, release the breath from your root down into the earth. And again, visualize an image of elimination, of release. Perhaps you visualize fruit falling from the tree. Perhaps you visualize grains of sand falling through a sieve. Anything that brings to your mind releasing and letting go. Inhaling, drawing in the sense of nourishment, enrichment, perhaps as mist in the air, releasing, letting go. Perhaps rotten leaves falling from the trees. Anything that no longer serves you. So you have what you need. You're releasing what you do not need any longer. So trees shed their fruit after they have received and created what they need, and releasing the fruit to the ground to nourish the earth. 3 more breaths in this way, inhaling nourishment, enrichment, exhaling the waste, the surplus, the unwanted, the undesirable, the no longer needed. And then let's bring your hands together at the heart. Opening our time by chanting Om 3 times. And again, offer this Om to the gifts of nature. The trees, plants, the animals, the hills and mountains, the clouds in the sky, the sun, the moon, whatever you resonate with. Inhale fully, exhale completely through open mouth. Inhale to prepare. Om. 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 Namaste and welcome. Let's move directly into our practice. Placing your hands on your knees, coming into Sufi circles. So grind down through your sit bones, really grounding into the earth here, and then starting this circular motion from the root of your tailbone all the way traveling up your spine. So bring your shoulders in, bring your neck in, Sufi circles. So eliminating here, so we digest in order to eliminate. Let's pause, let's go in the reverse direction. The mantra for today is Teyata, Gata, Gata, Paragata, Parasangata, Bodhiswaha. Gone, gone, way gone, beyond gone, wake, so be it. So this is a mantra that connects to this sense of release, of letting go, of it being gone far away, gone to the other shore. Pausing wherever you are, whichever part you're in. Let's place your right hand on the earth, reach up and over with your left hand. You can bring your forearm to the earth here. And you can always have your Apan Mudra, middle and ring connected with the tip of the thumb. One more breath here. Sweep your left arm in front of you, followed by your right arm. So now you bring your left arm, your left hand or left forearm onto the earth, coming into this lateral stretch on the left side. With each breath, releasing. So whatever image you have, perhaps fruit that's fallen from the tree, leaves that are falling from the tree, the grains of sand being filtered from the water, anything that is released, let go of. Moving again, sweep that right arm across the earth in front of you, coming to the lateral stretch on the right side again. And again, you can have your hand on the earth, or you can be lower down. Remember, you can always place your blocks or a cushion underneath your forearm. One final time, sweep through the center, over onto the left. Om Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasangate, Bodhisoha. Sweep through middle. This time let's plant our hands on the earth and walk away with your hands. So walk your hands as far away from you as you can. And perhaps your eyebrows center, heads down towards the earth. Perhaps you rest it on a block if you choose, or a cushion, yogi's choice, or you allow your eyebrow center to hover above the earth here. One more breath. Then from here, let's come onto our knees. Big toes together. Knees are going to be as wide as the mat if you've come up from your forward fold. Let's place the right hand at the center of the mat underneath our heart space. Draw your left arm up towards the sky. One breath here. Let's take that left hand behind our back to our right hip. And again, keep gazing up towards the sky, spiraling here. So you're having this corkscrew effect across the midriff here, across the middle of your abdomen. So our organs here for release. Twists are about digesting and eliminating. So we assimilate and absorb what we need and then release and eliminate what we do not need. Letting go, surrendering. One more breath here. Turn your head to the center. Replace your left hand where your right hand is. Draw your right arm across the length of your body. Reach up. And again, you can have your Apan Mudra here. Gaze up towards the sky. And when you're ready, we're going to bring that right hand to our left hip. Spiraling the heart space, breathing deep into your abdomen. And again, perhaps you visualize releasing and letting go. Fruit, leaves, acorns falling from the tree, squirrels scurrying across the ground to gather them up for the winter ahead. One more breath. Turn your gaze down towards the earth. Release your hand. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Reach out long with your left leg. Tuck the ball of your foot. One breath here. Keep reaching through that heel. Draw your navel up towards your spine. We're going to come into a little balance and a twist. So have your right hand directly underneath your right shoulder and begin to turn onto the left foot. And bring your left hand to your hips here. So this might be where you want to stay. You also have the option of coming into a balance. So lifting that left leg off the earth, this might feel more challenging. This left hand can stay where it is, or you can reach up towards the sky. You might lose your balance, so recenter, flex that foot. I'm going to recenter myself. So regather. So this is the windy season. The wind is blowing, so here we're challenging our balance. One more breath here. And then let's bring that left hand to the earth. Turn your heart space to the earth. Keep that left leg lifted for the moment. Bend into your elbows and lower your heart and chin towards the earth. Lift the left toes up towards the sky. One breath here. And then lift back up, moving with care. Cross that left leg over to the right, as far to the right as it can go. So now you have a deep cross at the top of your legs. Walk that left foot all the way over to the right. Deep cross here at the top of your legs. Bend into that left knee. Take your feet as wide as they can go. And then let's walk our hands back towards our body. So we're coming into Gomukhasana shoelace pose here. Now you can stay as high up as you like here. Or you can bring your sit bone down towards the earth. And you have the option of placing a cushion or a block so that when your sit bones reach the earth, you're sitting on a block or a cushion. Or you can stay hovering here with your sit bones. So there's a deep cross at the knees here. So we will all be in different places for this because our hips and knees have different stories and different experiences to tell. So find your variation of Gomukhasana here. So you could be on all fours. Not here for long. Again, working deeply here with the lower chakras that are responsible for release and letting go. Muladhara in particular. Bring your hands back to the earth if you are seated. And then uncross that left leg, lift it up to the sky there for a moment. You have the option of balancing here. So both hands connected with the earth or right hand reaching forward. Draw your navel up towards the spine. Exhale, right hand to the earth. Let's bend into your left knee and bring it underneath you for a moment here. Take a moment if you want to rotate your wrists. Rotate them one way, then the other to release any tension that you may be experiencing there. Take a moment here. Let's move into cat-cow before moving to the other side. Inhale to lift your tailbone. Drop your abdomen. Shine your heart. Lift your gaze. Exhaling, rounding through. Inhale to lift. Exhale to round. One more cycle here. Madhyasana and Vidyasana. And now let's move on to the other leg. So this time we're going to extend our right leg long. Tuck the ball of your foot. Maintain here. So we're going to move into that balance. So the left hand underneath your left shoulder. Drop your right foot. So I'll turn around and face you so you can see me. Remember, you might wobble here. So turn the sole of your right foot onto the earth. Connect through first through your left hand with the earth and your left leg and shin with the earth. So you can opt to stay here. Or you can begin to lift this left leg. And you will wobble. So you can fall out and come back into it. So I'm going to make sure I concentrate here. This is where we need to pose, to focus our gaze. And then reach up with your right arm if you so choose. Find something to gaze at that will not move your drishti. One more breath here, wherever you are, whichever variation. Take a moment, and then let's spiral our heart back down towards the earth, bringing our right hand to the earth. Let's cross that right leg as far over to the left as we can go, so that we're crossing at the top of our legs here. And then bend into your knee. Take your feet wide and begin to walk your hands back towards your body. So you might stay on all fours, come onto your fingertips so that your sit bones are hovering a little bit closer to the earth, or you can come directly onto a cushion, a block, or the earth. Gomukhasana. And remember, be mindful of how the sensations that you experience in your knees and your hips. If being on your hands begins to feel challenging, you can always create a little fist and then place the fist on the earth. So wherever you are with your Gomukhasana, take a full breath, release, visualize letting go, absorbing what you need and taking in the nourishment, taking in the enrichment, and then releasing all that serves you no longer. Let's come back onto all fours if we're not already. Uncross that right leg. Let's bring it back to center so it's parallel here. Option for our balance. Both hands can stay on the earth, or you can reach forward with your left arm. Draw your navel up towards the spine. One more breath here. Exhale, left hand and right knee back to the earth. I'm going to move into a threading the needle variation here, which is going to be a little bit different to our usual. So let's extend the right leg long. In fact, let's extend the left leg long. Let's go. No, I'm going to do the right leg. I have to think about this because I don't want you to fall over, and I don't want to fall over in your practice either. Let's take our left arm up to the sky, so opening this twist. And then let's thread the left arm underneath the right arm, bringing the left ear and shoulder to the mat. Keeping that right leg extended, the right hand is connected to the earth. Perhaps you bend into your elbows here so that you can stabilize. Now for yogis, again, you have the option of coming up onto your right fingertips and reaching up to the sky with your right hand so that you are balancing on your left side here, your left shoulder, the left ear is connected, the left knee, the left shin, the top of the left foot. The right toes are tucked, that right leg is extended. The right arm can be on the earth or reaching up towards the sky. Exhale, right hand back to the earth, it's lifted. Bend into your right knee, bring your right knee up towards you. You'll still have your left arm threaded underneath you. Walk that right hand long in front of you. One more breath here. Now walk the right hand in towards you. Come back up. You now have both your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders. Let's go the other way. So this time, let's extend the left leg long. Now that I agree with myself about which way I want to go. Inhale, right arm to the sky. Exhale, thread the right arm underneath the left arm, bringing your right shoulder and ear to the mat or a cushion. Keep reaching out for that extended left leg. This left hand can stay on the earth with the bend in the elbow to stabilize you, acting as a scaffold. Or you can take this left hand up to the sky. So you can tell from our practice, we're spending a lot of time working in these twists, staying low to the ground. We will rise from here. But if you imagine the earth beneath the trees at this time of year, and the leaves are falling, turning into mulch. The insects, the squirrels, the hedgehogs. One more breath here. They're all low to the ground. Exhale, left hand to the earth. Bring that left knee in, maintaining this twist for a moment. And then inhale to rise into tabletop. Take a moment here. Come onto your forearms here. Going to move into melting heart. So you can stay here with your elbows directly underneath your shoulders. This might be enough for you. You can begin to walk one arm and extend it long and fold in the other arm. Doesn't matter which way because we're going to do both sides. So I've got my right arm extended, my left arm folded. This is an option for you. You can extend both arms long and rest your eyebrow center on the earth. Yogi's choice for Anahatasana. I'll tell you when to even up. So if you have one arm extended, let's take a couple of breaths here. If you have one arm extended, fold that arm in first and then extend the other arm so that you're working on both sides here. And if you have both arms extended, soften through the heart space, soften through the shoulders. Om Gate Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisoha. Gone, gone, way gone, beyond gone. Awake, so it is, so it be. A real sense of letting go and releasing. This season of cleansing, of detoxing, of eliminating. Wherever you are, whichever variation of Anahatasana, let's bring our hands alongside our head. Come back up into table, tuck your toes. Let's rise with our sit bones, our tailbone up towards the sky, coming into mountain Parvatasana. Sway and move here. And then let's come into stillness. So spiral the inside of your elbows so they point forward, index finger pointing forward, heels heading towards the earth. You can always place a rolled up blanket underneath your heels for a little bit of extra support. Have a bend in your knees. One more breath here. Walk your hands back towards your feet so that you come into a forward fold at the back of your mat. Let's cross your right leg behind your left. So bring the outside edges of your feet together. Bend into your knees here. Maintain this connection between your fingertips and the earth, or your fingertips and the blocks, or your fingertips and the chair, or low footstool, wherever you may be. One breath here. Let's walk our hands over to the left, in through center, over to the right, back to center. Uncross the right leg, and then let's take the left leg behind the right leg so that the outer edges, the little toe sides, come together, and then bend into your knees. Releasing and letting go. Walk your hands over to the right. In to center and over to the left. Back to center. Uncross your legs. Bend into your knees. Deeply here. Come into chair pose, Utkatasana. Arms can be parallel to the earth or reaching up towards the sky. One breath here. Let's rise to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. You're at the top of your mat here. Take a moment. Turn to the front. Hands at your heart. Let's have the big toes touching or feet hip distance wide. Standing here and resting for a moment. Connect with your breath. Now let's connect with Apan Pranayam. This breath of release and letting go. So remember this, visualizing this image of absorbing a mist that is enriched and nourishing you, or any other image that comes to mind when you think about drawing in a sense of enrichment, of fulfillment, of nourishment. And then when you release your breath, release it from the root down into the earth, letting go, allowing whatever falls to fall. One breath more. Let's shift the weight into the left foot and come into tree pose here. So your right heel can be on your left ankle, sole of your right foot, on your shin, or tucked in up against the thigh. Find something on the horizon that's not going to move. Bring your hands into your Apan Mudra. Let's have your hands down towards the earth. Om Gate Gate Paragate Parasamgate Bodhisoha. One breath here. I invite you to tuck your elbows in, palms face up. Let's release that right foot and wrap it round our left leg. You can bring the toes to the earth, or you can double bind the toes here. And sink here. Variation of Garudasana. So our practice today is a steady, stable practice, an earthing, grounding, rooting practice to balance the Vata season that we are in. Vata is about the air moving and circulating, changing around us. This air can take away all that we no longer need. So it's the air that's circulating that helps the leaves to fall from the trees, the fruit to fall from the trees. But amongst all that, we stay still and steady, calmly releasing and letting go, rather than getting swept up in the storm around us. One more breath here. Let's uncross your leg, bring it back to the earth, release your hands. Take a moment here. We're going to step wide across our mat, coming into Tadasana star pose. Toes pointing forward, arms reaching out. And again, you can have your hands facing down or facing up, yogi's choice. I'm having them face down. One breath here. Reach behind your back, interlace your fingers in Yoga Mudra. Draw your hands down, open across your heart. Lift your gaze up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, hinge from the hips, coming halfway. Pausing here. And then releasing your crown down towards the earth, your hands up towards the sky. Connecting with your breath upon pranayam, or your Ujjayi breath, if that's what you wish to help connect your body and breath. Release your hands with care. Inhale, halfway lift. Arms are extended alongside you. Let's cover myself up so I'm respectable. Bend into your knees, rise up. Let's turn our toes coming into Goddess, Devi Asana. Arms reaching up, hands in pran. If you want to bend into your elbows, feel free to bend into your elbows. Yogi's choice. Sit here. One more breath. Thighs are feeling it. Inhale, rise up into Tadasana. We're going to step over to the right now, to the other side of your mat. Big step across. Let's come to our standing mountain Tadasana before we move into tree pose on this side. So ground down through your feet. Find something on the horizon that's not going to be shifting. Lift the left heel onto the right ankle. Shin, so coming into your variation here, wherever you were before, perhaps with helping hands. Bring your hands into your Apan Mudra. Om Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisoha. Think about what it is that you are releasing and letting go. What no longer serves you, whatever no longer brings you nourishment. So things that deplete you, exhaust you, release and let go. Let's tuck your elbows in here, palms face up, hands in Apan Mudra. Going to slide that right foot across the left leg. That foot can come to the earth or you can wrap it round your leg. Variation of Garudasana. And if you wobble like me, come back in, remember to ground and root here. And sit here. You may be making micro adjustments with your right foot. One full breath here. Inhale, uncross your leg. Release your hands. If you need to shake out your legs, shake them out. Yogi's choice. Let's turn to the top of our mat now. Inhale, hands reach up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward, hands down towards the earth. Adha Hastasana or Uttanasana, forward fold. Take hold of your big toes by wrapping your peace fingers around them. Sure. And then bend into your elbows so you create this diamond shape. Your hands can also take hold of your ankles or your calf. So reach your hands to wherever you can make a connection between you, your hands and your body. Tailbone reaching up, crown reaching down. A deep forward fold here. One more breath. Release your hands. Inhale to rise into chair pose, Utkatasana. Arms can be parallel or reaching up. Exhale, fold. Step your right leg back. Drop your right knee. Take a moment here. Inhale, hands to heart in Namaskar. Let's turn over to the left and hook your right elbow over your left knee. And press your left palm into your right palm. Release the right fingertips perhaps to the earth, left fingertips up to the sky. or keep them connected, yogi's choice. One more breath here. Turn your gaze back to center. Bring your hands back into prayer and then to the earth. Take a moment here. Tuck your toes. Lift your right knee. Step back along with your left foot. Coming into body parallel, Phalakasana. Now you can bring your knees directly to the earth, or you have the option of coming onto your forearms. So you could be on your knees and on your forearms, or you can have your knees lifted, forearm plank. One breath here. Release your knees to the earth. Bring your abdomen to the earth. Sphinx pose. We're going to move into our salutation. So bring your hands to your shoulders, underneath your shoulders, rise in Bhujangasana, Cobra. Press into your hands through table into mountain, Parvatasana. Full breath here. Going to step forward with our right foot. So you can bring your left knee to the earth and then step forward with your right foot. Or step forward with your right foot and then bring your left knee to the earth. Yogi's choice. Take a moment here. Bring your right hand to the inside of your right foot. And reach up with your left fingertips here. So right hand the inside of your right foot. So if it feels too much to extend this left hand, you can always take hold of your hip, bring it to your heart. Or reach up, yogi's choice. Turn your gaze to the center, bring your left hand to the earth. Let's lift that left knee and step forward into our forward fold. Take a moment here. Rise through Utkatasana chair pose. Calm to standing. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a breath here. Om Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasangate, Bodhisoha. Gone, gone, way gone, beyond gone. All that you wish to release, gone, gone, way gone, beyond gone. Inhale, hands to sky. Exhale, forward fold. Now you can take hold of your big toes, backs of your thighs or ankles, or you can place your hands underneath your feet so that your toes are tucking into the inside of your wrists. Deep forward fold here. Pada Hastasana. Hand to feet pose. One breath here. So you can have your hands on the backs of your legs, ankles. Peace fingers wrapped around your big toes or hands underneath your feet. You be wherever you wish to be. Release your hands. And now let's step back along with the left leg and bring the knee to the earth. Going to move into our twist on this side. So let me turn around so you can see me. Inhale, hands to your heart. Let's turn over to the right and hook the left elbow over the right knee. Press the right palm into the left palm, lifting the right elbow. Conscious of what you're releasing and letting go. Knowing that you have taken all that you need for your own growth, for your own fulfillment, your own nourishment, enrichment. Bring your left fingertips to the heart. This right hand can stay at the heart and take it to the hip, or you can reach up towards the sky. Yogi's choice. Deep twist here. One more breath. Bring your hands together. Turn your gaze towards the earth. Hands back on the earth. Lift that left knee and step back long with your right foot. Your variation of forearm plank, phalakasana. Knees can come directly to the earth. And then bring yourself onto your forearms. Or you can have your knees lifted. Yogi's choice. Wherever you are, let's lower to the earth to come into Sphinx. Bringing your eyebrow center to the earth, hands either side of your shoulders to rise in Bhujangasana Cobra. Tuck your elbows in. Moving into table and then mountain. Yogi's choice. So if you wish to stay in table, please take that option. Going to step forward with our left foot. So your option is to bring your right knee to the earth and then step forward, or step forward with your left foot and then bring your right knee to the earth. Going to go into this twist, sort of opening on the inside. So I want to turn around. Getting dizzy with all this turning on the mat. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot. And then bring your right hand to your heart, to your hip. We'll reach up to the sky. So really gather and focus your energy here at the root, where we're releasing and letting go. So the twists that we're doing today is a process of digestion, of elimination for the Sharad season, the season of autumn. One more breath here. These seasons are called ritu. Let's bring that right hand to the earth. Take your left hand to the outside of your left foot. Lift your right knee and you're going to step forward. Come into your forward fold. If you can see my dog, but he's lying very beautifully today. Look, he's just crashed out. Wherever you are here in your forward fold, we're going to rise into chair pose, Utkatasana. Palms can be down, hands upside your ears. Did I just say upside your? Just upside your. Just been listening to too much music. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Take a breath here, reconnect with your practice. Reconnect between the body and the mind, the breath and the body. Your apan pranayam. Visualize this mist that's rising to enrich, fill, nourish your breath. And then as you eliminate, release the breath. Let go of the breath from the root down towards the earth, as if you are shedding leaves or fruit. This cycle of life. We're going to come down to the earth now. So inhale to reach up. Exhale to fold forward. Let's take your feet as wide as the mat and bend into your knees so that you come into Malasana Yogi Squat. And remember here, yogis, you can sit on your blocks or you can sit directly on the earth and have your feet on the earth with your knees, with your elbows in between your knees and palms together. This is a super way of doing your malasana. Or you can do it by balancing and squatting here. Now, whichever variation you're in, let's bring your hands into your Apan Mudra. Right hand to the earth, left hand up to the sky. And again, your mantra, I release, I let go, I eliminate all that I no longer need. Om Gate, Gate, Parasamgate, Bodhi Swaha, Soha. Exhale, hands to your heart. Let's bring the left hand to the earth in Apan and right hand to the sky. Exhale, hands together. Now, yogis, let's come directly to the earth in a way that feels comfortable, elegant, and graceful for you. Feet on the earth, knees bent. Lift your heart. Hands together. And then exhale and turn over to the left. Right arm reaches out over to the outside of your left knee. Left hand can reach behind you. Deep twist here. One more breath. Bring your hands together. Let's turn to center. Let's go the other way. So hands at the heart, and then hook your left elbow over your right knee. Extend your arm long. And your right arm can be parallel to the earth. Exhale, hands together at your heart. Turn to center. Let's lower down to the earth. Pavan Muktasan, wind relieving pose. So bring your knees up towards your abdomen. Hug them in here. If you release some wind, that's the purpose. Well done, you're practicing yoga. If you want to roll gently on your lower back, please take that option. Let's release our arms. We're going to drop our knees. So keep your knees fairly high in and let's drop them over to the left. That left hand can go onto the top of your right knee. And then turn your gaze over to the right. So you can have your knees fairly high up, parallel to your hips, or perhaps you create more space. Just think about what works for you here. So I'm going to tuck them in nice and tight. I really want to wring out, squeeze out all that I don't need. Proper colonic irrigation. That's the experience we're having. Although I've never had that, so I can't really speak to it. One more breath here. Inhale, engage your core, come to center, hug in your knees, Pavan Muktasan, bring your eyebrows center to your knees. And then let's drop our knees over to the right. And turn your gaze over to the left. So really tucked in as much as you can here. Close your eyes if you wish. The 6 seasons in India, ritu. And we're in Sharad, autumn. Before Sharad comes Varsha, monsoon. After Sharad comes early winter, Hemant. This autumn, we have the spring equinox. Not the spring equinox, the autumn equinox. It's because I was talking about spring, Vasant. So often these seasons, 6 ritus, there is a festival, celebration, honoring of deities or of ancestors for Sharad. There's the Sharad Purinam coming up, the full moon. There's the equinox, autumn equinox. And traditionally, this is a time to honor your ancestors. Inhale, bring your knees back to center, hug them in Bhavan Muktasan. Bring your eyebrows center to meet your knees. And I invite you to roll over onto your left side. You may stay in Shavasana if you wish. If you wish to close your practice with me, let's rise up into Sukhasana. And when you're in your Sukhasana, bring your hands into your Apan Mudra. This downward, eliminating energy, this Vayu, Apan Vayu. So Sharad, the season of autumn, is a time of honoring ancestors. And we'll bring that into our practice in time. This offering of harvest of the fallen fruit is a return to our ancestors, is a offering to our ancestors. So it is also a way of us releasing our pain, our suffering, and all that we no longer need. Our ancestors walk with us and they hold this for us. But it also is a way of us honoring them by giving up nourishing fruits. Let's bring your hands together at your heart center. Let's chant Om Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisoha together 3 times. Gone, gone, awake, gone, beyond gone. Awake, so be it. So this is a way of reckoning that everything is gone. Everyone is gone to the other shore. The ultimate release, letting go. Inhale to prepare. Om Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisoha. Om Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisoha. Om Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisoha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. And I invite you to repeat this mantra with your mala if you have a japa meditation 108 times. Bring your hands to your eyebrow center. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dhanyavad. My yogi friends, thank you for joining me. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe and share. I always forget to say that bit, but apparently I should say it every class, but I forget to. You may unmute yourselves, my friends, and say goodbye and look my doggy